Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Jen Roselle, and I am the chapter leader of the Winchester HeartLink Women's Networking. And today is Feature Friday. And so today our interview is going to be with Janice Rogouski with Remax Roots in Winchester. And we are actually filming this from Janice's beautiful home in Middletown. And it would be so much fun just to give you guys like a whole video tour of her house. Her house is gorgeous. It's like when I think of my dream house, I always I just put Janice's house right there in the middle of my dream. So, so we want to go ahead and
it's my dream house too.
That's awesome that you get to live in your dream house, and you worked hard to make it your dream house. Yes. So we're going to get to know Janice a little bit today. So I always kind of like to just start out by asking you to just tell us a little bit about you. And maybe, about your family, where you live, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Well, we live in Middletown, Virginia. And my husband and I got married in 2004. And we combined families. We're a blended family. We have 7 children between the two of us. And so before we moved here, I was a top producer and realtor in Pennsylvania and Ohio. So I've had my licenses in 2 other states and still working on my license in West Virginia. So just a little bit about me. I love flower gardening. That is my solace. At the end of the day, I'll be out there with a lighted ball cap on, making sure that all my flowers, yes, the miner's light. Yeah, I actually got one for my birthday, so that was kind of fun.
That was awesome. How thoughtful. Yeah, her house is gorgeous. Like the flowers and everything, it's gorgeous. It's a lot of work. There's no weeds out there. It's kind of like, it looks like she hired a professional landscaper to do everything, but I know that she and her husband do it all themselves. Well, I see that Amanda jumped on to join us. So, hey there. Thanks for coming on. Well, excuse me. I'm dealing with some respiratory stuff right now, so hopefully my voice won't completely go out. But we're here to listen to Janice. So Janice is going to do all the talking. So Janice, I know you've been in the real estate business in a variety of ways for a long time. So if you want to kind of fill us in, because you said, 35 years?
35 years and counting. I don't plan on quitting today. So
35 until you die, right?
Yes. It's in my blood. But originally I started out back when my son, who's 31 years old right now, was just newborn. And I had a passion for wanting to help other folks, and so that's basically how I started the process of getting to where I am now. I got my real estate license after I worked for a title company. I worked before that for a nonprofit organization helping get battered wives into housing and homeless families. So that was helpful for me to start that process of, helping folks start anew and afresh. So I worked for a title company, and I worked for new construction companies. So I helped build new construction houses and actually rebuilt them because we had a F4 tornado that destroyed the whole entire community. And so
was that Ohio?
That was in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
And so one of the things that happened.
Did you have a hammer when you got there?
I was the first one that was called because of the alarm system in the model homes. They had me as the person to contact, and so in the middle of the night, I go down to 19 totally destroyed homes. Some people were, it was a devastation, but we rebuilt those houses and helped them get back into their homes. It was a really, really incredible time period for me to be able to do that for other folks. And
that's awesome.
Yeah. And who else better? Because I knew everything that, every color that they picked out, every house, every child, how many dogs they had, how many cats they had, what kind of bunnies they had in the backyard.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
I see my friend Bill Kopp is watching.
Hi, Bill.
Yeah.
How are you? He's my friend, too.
He's always little Billy to me because Bill and I have known each other since we were 5.
Oh,
so he's always Billy to me.
Oh, I love him.
So that's fun. Yeah, he's a hoot. All right, so let's see. This next question is one that I ask people, like, name something about you that kind of sets you apart from other people in your industry. And so we really need to like narrow this down because there's so many things that set Janice apart from other people in in the real estate business. So if you could, just give us a couple of highlights of the things that set you apart.
I think the things that set me apart are the fact that I don't stop what I'm doing at 5 o'clock. I care about my clients 24/7. So I will answer the phone at 10 o'clock. I know my husband doesn't like that, but I will answer the phone at 10 o'clock at night. I will pick up the phone and call and respond, promptly. That's one of the things that I hear all the time in this business, that my realtor never returned my phone call or hasn't returned my phone call in 3 days. That's just unacceptable to me. To me, if I don't get you an answer, within a couple of hours, I, will personally try to make that happen. So, that's one of the things that sets me mostly apart, is that I will be there. You're going to get me. You're not going to get an assistant. You're not going to get an answering machine. And if you do get an answering machine, I try to respond within the hour.
Amanda said that your heart definitely does, and you're so sweet because you are.
Aw, so thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Amanda. I love you too.
So let's see. I was thinking of another question and it kind of like went out of my head. This is so much fun when it's live and you go, whoops. Okay, well, is there anything that's like, I know right now, because I watch the real estate market like every day because I really want to like sell my house and buy something else. So I'm watching it every day, and I keep hearing that there's really low inventory.
That's correct. There is low inventory.
So it's a seller's market. So if you are thinking about selling, now's the time to do that.
Yeah, and one of the things that sellers need to realize, that even somebody that's contemplating doing that, make sure you're still maintaining your property and doing the things that would help it sell, because price and condition are the key to selling your house at a higher market rate, at a higher price. So, for instance, you could put your house on the market, and even though it is a seller's market, the pendulum swings back and forth very quickly if your property isn't in good shape and you have it overpriced. So price and condition are the keys to selling it as quickly as possible in this market. And that's always been the case. Location. Right. You've heard that a million times, right?
Definitely.
So, yeah.
So what are some things that that stop people from wanting to go further with the house? Like some, like I've been watching the house hunters, and they walk in there and they're like, popcorn ceilings, does that really,
yeah.
Does that matter? Like, there's popcorn on the ceiling, or?
Yeah. So to some people it does, because popcorn means they have to do a lot of, the popcorn ceilings are old, but there are builders out there that are still doing that kind of thing. So, for instance, if you watch House Hunters and, those renovation shows, they're an hour long. So, but remember that their preparation for that 1 hour of time period is going to be, probably months, 6 months. So, those things don't happen overnight. They're not, folks have toured the properties, toured sorry, we have a stopwatch here, and I can't. So those folks have toured the properties, like 20 million different properties, and then they pick the last three. So that's not real estate. I mean, that's for, you have to remember that those shows are for making money. They're not for, helping people get into housing. So
it's entertainment.
Yes, it's entertainment. Low inventory means one thing, that you don't have the opportunity to test the waters, so to speak. The buyers out there need to know that if they tour through a house, it might be gone the next day. So you have to be ready to purchase. You have to have, qualifications. You have to have money sometimes. Folks that think that they can buy a house with $2 in their pocket doesn't always work, because you need, money to do a home inspection. You need money to check on, you need money for a down payment, or sometimes 100% financing. You don't need money, but you still need some money.
Yeah, you still need money to make the transition.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something that Janice can help people with. If you're a new home buyer, she can walk you through that process, because you're not even going to know what you don't know. And even if you bought or sold a home before, things are different. The market's constantly changing, and there's just a lot of things that are always in motion. And to have a professional that knows what's going on, she's, like we talked about before, some people are kind of like real estate's their side hustle, it's their hobby business, and they're not in it full time. But Janice is. Janice has been in it full time for a long time. She's very professional, and she definitely knows what she's doing, and she's helping tons of people.
Yes.
Like, she helps a lot of people. So, I know there's other people in real estate, but she's the one that I always recommend. So, for your new house key.
For your new house key, call
Janice Rogouski. I love that. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap it up, because we're just a little bit over. So if there's like one last thing that you would like to share with us before we go today.
One of the things that I wanted to say is that what sets me apart is that I care really deeply about every person that I'm working with, and helping them get to that point, either their dream home or selling their dream home and downsizing. First-time home buyers, I love first-time home buyers. I kind of like, sometimes like a little mother hen, adopt them, and so those things are what I want you to think about. I care about the relationship, not the dollar at the end of the month and a half or 2 months that we worked, or 6 months we worked together. Although I like a paycheck, but that's really more important.
Worth every penny.
Yeah. Thank you. Look forward to talking to you. Hopefully you can give me a shout at 540-539-1333. And I'm at Remax Roots in Winchester.
All right, and we'll update the little title on this, and we'll go ahead and put your phone number in there too. And if you guys who are watching this, thanks for coming on and watching this live.
Thank you.
And for those of you that are watching the replay, thank you for watching the replay. And if you would like to share this, especially if you want to tag your friends that maybe are in the need of having a professional real estate person helping them, please feel free to do that. We love shares at the HeartLink Network. So until next time, see you guys later.
Bye.